people's transformation. Good morning, El Salvador City! Welcome to the Gems Talk. Today, we will be accommodating questions coming from the field. So these are our teachers, our school heads, our external partners, and even our parents. O kani pagatubagon sa ato mga division leaders, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Olga Sabe, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Alicia Ianghay, and of course, our Medical Officer 3, Dr. Gladys Plains Cabeltes. Good morning po sa inyo, ma'am.
Good morning.
The first question po is directed to our Schools Division Superintendent. Ma'am Olga, good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
This question po is coming from the external stakeholders. So ma'am, just wanted to know what are the preparations and initiatives of ELSA Division towards the opening of classes, given that we are not even doing now?
Yeah, importante kita ang mga pangutana in terms of preparation. So, sa preparation sa level in Salvador City, daghan kayo ta, and I would like to focus this to specific stakeholders. The first initiative was on teachers training. Kaya importante kayo, our teachers are not ready for this. Wala gyud naka-ready sa ato ang new normal. So for the teachers upskilling, we conducted lots of webinars. Tawag karon webinar na di naman pwede ang face-to-face. So nakatay mga training sa mga teachers on how to handle this distance learning, modular instruction, and even kung saan paghimo mga home learning plan. So aside from that, napatay mga initiatives given to parents, no? So kanina sugod pa as early as June, nagkimo tao kanang gitawag na to mga guide for parents through video. So natin mga video uploaded ni, and one thing nice din sa El Salvador kay ang mga school principal mismo ang naghimo because they know the need of their specific barangay. So doon na po yung mga series of seminars conducted face-to-face, pero gagmay kayo ng grupo. Kaya wala mamunta dito yung mga connection. And from the parents, we also have initiatives addressed to our supervisors, our personnel in the division office, mga webinars gihapon, o including kung saan siya pag maski kami gitawag na itong time in and out, no, sa natin mga initiatives sana. And of course, sa curriculum mismo, in terms of module preparation, reproduction, gimo na din sa division office o ang initiative na to aning specific ang pag tap na to sa atong mga stakeholders like our city mayor, and of course gikan sa kuan ang funding ani gikan sa central office primarily, and then mga school leaders na apod sila mga gipanghimong plano o kung saan siya pag-reproduce sa modules o ang distribution. And this was taken in dry run. So nag-dry run, nag-ara-espilahan. So as of now, murang mao pa to. Kung napat kuan ma-discuss na to later.
Yes,
Salamat, Karen.
Thank you so much, SDS. It really pays to have a leader who's very dedicated and very proactive, who would really go the extra mile just to cater the needs of our learners. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Olga, for your leadership.
Thank you, Karen.
The next question po is addressed to OA Tandem. Outstandingly amazing Olga Alice Tandem. Ladies and gentlemen, our ASDS. Ma'am Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
Ma'am, the question po is coming from our parents at mga hinigugmang mga ginikanan. So Secretary Briones, our dearly beloved secretary, emphasized that education must continue. That is why we're opening the classes. And educators say that the parents are the key players, one of the key players to have a successful school year. Ma'am, can you explain further the major roles of parents towards distance learning?
Okay, I agree with you, Karen, no, nga ang parents are really the key players in the education delivery. In fact, even before, parents have been so involved in the emotional and intellectual development of the child. But when the pandemic hits us, of course, the face-to-face classes have been put to a halt. So, the more ang involvement sa parents karon nga panahon in the learning of their children. Generally, parents provide their children a steady guide on how they would learn, on how they would study, and how they would respond to the activities that are given to them by their teachers. So, in particular, no, pwede ang parents can teach their children the study skills, they can teach their children the organizational skills, and more importantly, ang values. Tungod kay, ang shift karon wala namang good sa classroom na nasa panimalay. So, our parents now have become the facilitators of learning sa ilang mga anak diha sulod sa panimalay. Now, when we talk about schooling, whether it is at home or whether it is in school, schooling, daghan kay na siyang aspeto, no? It covers the whole facet of the child's life. Kay diha mo pasok ang values nga dapat i-imbibe sa bata in the first place, di ba? Ang values like, doon na ba siya disiplina sa iyang pagtuon? Doon na ba siya skill sa pag-organize sa iyang mga schedule? So, sa face-to-face classes, ang teacher directly guides the learner nga karong orasa mo ni atang subject, mo ni atong buhaton nga activities. Now, imposible naman na with the new normal, with the new education delivery, so kana nga role na transfer na sa ginikanan. Siya na ang mo-guide sa iyang anak nga kanilang ka karong orasa mao ni nga subject, mao ni nga activities ang imong pagatunan, mao ni nga mga exercises ang imong pag-aansiran. So, the parents now have really become the tutors of their children in the home. But dili po ta mo ingon nga the whole responsibility of the teacher has been transferred to the parents. Dili po. Nahimo lang silang learning partner sa atong mga teachers. Our learners are given the weekly home learning plan. Diha sa home learning plan, kita nila kung unsay dunay schedule nga ilang i-follow. Kung karong si manaha unsa nga subjects ang ilang dapat i-engaged with. Now, ang parents diha, siya ang mo-guide sa iyang anak nga kuan, unsa nga mga activities ang dapat unahon, prioritizing unsa nga activities ang dapat isunod, unsa nga mga exercises ang dapat i-submit at the end of the week. So, mo na giingon nato nga the parents now have become facilitators of learning in their own homes, teaching their children the study skills, the organizational skills, ug ang values to be imbibed by our children, ang kaning mga values on honesty. Tungod kay dili naman makita gud sa teacher kung giunsa pag-answer sa bata ay ang mga exercises. So kana dako ang role diha sa ginikanan, kanang values sa discipline nga although wala ang bata sa school, dili pwede nga sa tibok adlaw na lang magdula tungod kay duna gyapon siya schooling, quote unquote. So ani siya facilitators of learning ang atong ginikanan, tutors at the same time, and at the same time kuan kon sila guide sa ilang mga anak into a lot of things that face-to-face classes have to be ensured karon ang face-to-face classes na ana sa panimalay.
Thank you so much, ASDS. Nakarelate di ko sa imo kay I myself is a parent, no? So appeal di ko ana sa mag-facilitate, mag-tutor, appeal ko ana sa akong anak. Kaya akong anak is an elementary student.
Teacher mama din.
Yes, teacher mama ko. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So karon, magpasalamat po sa mga schools no, for conducting the parents orientation, not just once, but they also have the reorientation prior to the opening of classes. I'm sure the parents are very willing to be partners with the teacher in molding the education and the future of their children. For the next set of questions directed to our Medical Officer 3. Good morning, Doc!
Good morning, Ma'am Karen.
Hello, Doc. I know that you've been very busy with the orientation feeding program that you conducted for the past 2 days. So, salamat, Doc, for gracing us with your time today. Doc, the first question po, coming from our education champions. They wanted to know what are best practices that the Division of El Salvador through the medical unit has conducted to secure the safety and wellness of the personnel in light of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So there were a lot of innovative interventions created and implemented by us during the COVID pandemic. And then in fact, we face this pandemic as a problem and as a challenge for the medical team. So we considered it as a problem because of its erratic and uncontrollable mode of transmission, as well as it is considered as a challenge because of the fear that we have in ourselves, the fear that we don't have any treatment since last March until today. So the Health and Nutrition Unit came up with an idea to have or created a contingency plan, and I brought a sample for this. So we have this contingency plan intended for our DepEd personnel to guide them on how to go about with the COVID pandemic or where to go if ever they will be infected. So inside the plan, we have the hotline number, the very important, kinahanglan yun ni siya for our COVID center. So we have this for emergency cases, and we have also the numbers of our medical team for any queries that we have from the DepEd personnel. And aside from that, we have the facts about COVID, the virus, the cause, the symptoms and the signs, as well as the how it is transmitted from human to human. And lastly, we have the referral system. So the next one is we have the creation of the audio-visual presentation, the 3-minute video on the minimum health standard protocol. It is an advocacy to strengthen our information dissemination and to ensure that our personnel and in the school that they will follow or comply the minimum health standard protocol. We showcase our DepEd personnel on that video. That's a 3-minute video. And the third one, we have conducted series of monitoring and evaluation to ensure that the minimum health standard protocol was observed in our school. So we started last July. We monitored our schools on the checklist. Gitanaw nato kung nakakomply ba sila sa checklist. Naabang ilang mga thermal gunning, naabang ilang mga social distancing, and then naabang ilang mga hand washing. And then second, on the August 2 siya, we have the dry run. We have the dry run. On the dry run, we also observe if they complied with the with the minimum health standard protocol. And then we have the exit conference, the very rigid exit conference. At that time, dito nato gitanaw kung natuman magyud. Dili lang sa during delivery and retrieval system, but also during the parents' orientation. And lastly, last September 28, we went to some schools to observe the actual distribution of our manual. So nakita na nato dito kung nag-follow bagit sila. And the fourth one, aside from giving them technical assistance, naghatag po tag mga units, small gadgets or small items or medical equipment. The budget came from our MOOE, from the division budget. Ang atong gihatag ana to promote a faster delivery of or implementation of the minimum health standard. So we gave 2 thermal guns in every school. We have 23 schools, we have 15 elementary and 8 secondary. And we also gave, and we will also be giving a hands-free hand washing facility to promote the proper hand washing. For the medical consultation, ang atong mga DepEd personnel, they usually call us or text us or me about their kanang naa sila ibati ba na symptoms that they kanang murag abi nila COVID na. So I usually do medical consultation through phone, through text or message, through text or calls. But then I realized, ma'am, that maybe in the future we can have the teleconsulta via video chat, no? Then it will be a scheduled activity. Maybe we can have it twice a week, 2 hours every session. So kana pa lang yan. Kana pa ang among nananaana idugang sa atong mga innovation. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doc. Follow-up question po, because you mentioned the referral system. So a lot of the teachers are asking, what should be the referral flow and other measures that should be observed in case the DepEd personnel is suspected to have contracted the virus?
Okay, Ma'am Karen, we have a very good referral system here in Blue Division. Remember that we have the MOA signing before last February with the LGU of El Salvador about the referral system. It's a two-way referral system. It means that we have a referral form with a referral slip. After we refer the patient, they will return the return slip to us for follow-up. For the COVID patients, no, sa akong nabantayan, based from experience, they usually call or text me for consultation. Right after the consultation, ningon sila, na ako'y sintomas, Doc, or naami silingan na positive, na magduol ko sa iya, primary contact ko, Doc, and then, what will I do? I will get the details, the history of illness, unsa gyud nahitabo, unsa gyud ang asa gyud niya na contract ang disease if ever, and after that, I will call the hotline. I will talk to the doctor or to the nurse, and then will relay the information. No need for the referral slip. They avoid magitag direct contact every day. So through the referral, through the calls or the messages, they will assess the DepEd personnel. If ever they think that personnel is a primary contact, they will conduct the test, the rapid test and the throat swab test. And they will quarantine the patient either in the community isolation unit or the barangay isolation unit or in their home. So ingana lang ka simple atong referral, no? Dali ra nato i-refer because of that MOA we have with an LGU. So dali ra gyud pas-pas kaayo, very simple, very verbal, no need for the paper.
Thank you so much, Doc. So kita mga ELSA personnel, no, nakabalo na taon sa mga pamaagi, no, in case, unta, wala lang po, no, in case lang kanang suspected to have COVID-19. So at least we are aware. For now, before we will end this first episode of the GEMS Talk, allow us to invite again our ASDS. Message to the parents, ma'am, in light of this new normal setup of education. Ng Alias?
Dakong atong pasalamat sa atong mga ginikanan nga nagpakita og suporta o pagsabot sa atong mga inisyatibo aron makakaton ang atong mga kabataan even if they are at home. So sa atong nakita sa mga dry runs conducted by all the schools in this division, nakita pod nato ang unsa ang hinangop sa atong mga ginikanan aron masiguro nga ilang mga anak makatun gyud. Kay ang education manggod Karen, we know that it is a shared activity. Dili lang ni role sa mga maestra o sa mga personnel dinhi sa DepEd, apan tibuok komunidad naki-share sa pag-educate sa atong mga kabataan. Busa nakita na mo ang grabe gyud na suporta gyud. Not just parents but even the LGU, ang tibuok komunidad gyud dinhi sa El Salvador sa ilahang pagpakita sa tanan nga pamaagi sa kay sila magud ang directly engaged sa teacher. Sila ang mutawag kung naay problema ilang mga anak, sila pud ang tawagon sa teacher. Kung doon na may mga additional nga mga instructions nga dapat trabahoon sa atong mga kabataan. Busa, nagpasalamat gid mi sa tanan nga mga ginikanan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ASDS, no? So kita mga ginikanan, di ta mahadlok, no, because we are already guided. Now, to give a message, acknowledgement to our stakeholders, teachers, and of course, our external partners, Ma'am Olga.
So, karon no, murag primero sa pag-postpone from August 24 up to now, nakulbaan mi kung magtuloy ba yun. But we are really happy that finally we are launching this opening of school year 2020-2021. And we are glad to know nga dili sa El Salvador, close to 99% yun ang nakabalik sa klase. And so with this, ang message sa ginako diri, we have to go far, FAR, which means flexibility is very important, adaptability and resiliency. Karon nga mga panahon kailangan kita ng flexible, which means we have to bend, but not necessarily breaking out. Walay mag-break. Diba daw? Wala din dapat mag-break. We have to be flexible in all this aspect. New normal ni siya nga. Wala din nato ni gipangandami. Pero through the media, very helpful. We are so much informed. And in El Salvador, we have a doctor here who will always have to make things very easy and medyo may confidence na diri sa division ato mga teachers kung okay pa ba ta. Because every morning nagsigit ang ingon nga okay ba ko, no? Physical. So because this one will have to affect our work. And so flexibility is important. Physically, of course, naapod tayo gitawag o flexibility sa atong mga learning modalities. So printed modular ang atong gi-trial, gi-dry run, pero pwede gihapon and we are thinking, not necessarily thinking, pero i-implement nga maskin usa ra gid ka section na tayo online. Kanaaman tayo mga possible pod na mga gadgets sa atong mga ginikanan. Unya na po'y special education, di ba? So in here, doon na tayo blended minus face-to-face. So flexible lang tayo in any aspect within the school year. And the next one is adaptability. So kailangan mo adapt. We will have to go on, move on. Dili na nato pero i-compare sa una. We have to adapt. We have to fit to the new environment. Whether at home, maskin sa balay, pwede mag-mask. Especially karon, no? We have to take good care of ourselves, our family, before, of course, we can be effective in our work. And this one has to be observed by all of us. And the last is resiliency. Kani importante kani nga term sa karon. Being resilient, which means we have to be strong. We have to be taking a lot of initiatives so that we can have success in every aspect that we have. And so again, let's go far in the school year 2020-2021. Salamat kayo, Karen. Salamat sa mga stakeholders nga nangutana. Ang success aning school year 2020-2021 rests in all of us. Dili lang kami, no? Pero ang mga bata, if you are listening now, we welcome you to this school year. And this one is a history. You can tell this to your future children that in this particular year, na-enroll mo, dili sa eskwelahan, kundi dili sa balay. You will be missing the school ground na magdula-dula, but you will explore all corners of your homes and in your community. Di ba exciting? Yun, let's move and let's go far. Thank you!
So much SDS, no? So kita yung tanan magtinabangay, no? Not just with the teachers or the parents, apila atong stakeholders, no? Thank you so much, no? SDS, all mga nagsabi, SDS, Anghay, and Doc Cabeltes for joining us today in this first episode of the Gems Talk. For more questions po, if you still have queries, you can send us via email or you can like and follow our official Facebook page, which will be posted in the screen for more updates regarding the opening of classes and other concerns from the